morning, everyone. It is Sunday. I am getting ready to go to brunch with my friend Emily at Audrey, which y'all have been to before. If you watched the vlog where I went to my friend Chelsea's cookbook event at June. June is actually the upstairs of Audrey. We're doing a little friends and family brunch there, and my friend Emily invited me, so I'm so excited. I wanted to show you guys my outfit just because I spent a bunch of time cleaning out my closet. Now I feel like I don't have that many options. I think I'm liking the process of where everything is heading. Oh, I'm wearing this Chalucha top. It's silk and it has this like beautiful pattern on it. And then I paired it with this Shea Motte silk skirt. I'm trying more to wear silk skirts. I feel like they don't always suit me. And then I'm wearing these thrifted, I'll show you, Gianni beanie sandals. I just thought the blue juxtaposed nicely with the pattern on the top. I just have my Gucci clutch, which I'm gonna carry like this. And then some Annie Costello brown earrings. I think I wore these for the wedding. So if you watch Palm Springs Joshua Tree vlogs, you've seen them. And that's really the look.
Tongue tied, we stay on the safe side, talking with the wide eyes. Maybe next time we'll meet on the west and pretend we are just friends. I know we are dancing through black holes. We keep dancing around, you and I.
It's Monday. I clearly have been running errands all day because I didn't get ready. This is how I look today. It's just what it is. I decided to clean out my closet, which you guys have probably already seen by this point. The one thing they don't tell you about cleaning out your closet is all of the subsequent activities that you have to do after you clean out your closet. Like, I understand if you're just going to donate things to Goodwill, but if you're like trying to sell things and generate some money to buy new things for your closet, there are so many different avenues that you have to take to sell those things. Like, I had a real person come over this morning to pick up my higher end items. I did an Instagram story sale. I took a bunch of photos for Poshmark, which is a whole other thing. I have to take some of the vintage pieces to a vintage curator in town to see if they'll take anything. I have to go to Buffalo Exchange to see what I can sell there. And then, and only then, will I donate everything else. So the good news is that I cleaned out so much of my closet, so I'm already proving to make a good amount of money so that I can fill my closet with timeless staple pieces. You guys know that's the vibe for this next iteration. I already have a schedule of work things that I have to do, and so adding all of these other pictures and posting and all of this stuff is just a lot. Today has just been crazy, hence the ugly outfit. What am I doing? I am on my way to K&S, which is the international market here in Nashville. If you live in Nashville and you haven't been to K&S, you definitely have to go. It has just about everything that you could hope for, want for, as far as cultural experiences go for food, and it's great. And Sam and I make this dish called basil beef. I don't think I've included it in a vlog before, but it's a Thai dish, and basically it's just, I'll leave the recipe that we use. We found it off of TikTok in the description box if I can remember. But basically it's just ground beef, basil, Thai chilies, lots of garlic, lots of Asian sauces, and then we like to add broccoli and red bell pepper, and we eat it over a bed of rice, and then we cook a fried egg on top, and it is chef's kiss. It is like the one meal that we have each week consistently that we don't get sick of. And if you're trying to eat a high protein diet, it's a really good source of protein, and I don't know, in our minds it's healthy for us. So I am going to K&S so we can get some of the ingredients that you can't just get at the regular grocery store. I like going to K&S for the basil because they have Thai basil specifically, and then they just sell a lot of bulk goods for a really affordable price. So I like to get things like garlic and yeah, those items. So I am headed there. Figured I'd take you along, show you a little bit of K&S. I have been craving Pocky. Where are all my Asian subscribers at? Yeah, just been really craving Pocky. Is that what it's called? In my head I'm thinking Yam Yam, but I think, or Yan Yan. I think that's the same thing, just a different brand. But I might get a little Pocky when I'm there just for funsies. But yeah, that is where I am headed. Figured I would bring you along, do a little something different for the vlogs. Maybe do a little K&S grocery haul, even though I only need like 4 things. But okay, here we go.
Somebody still keep it moving on the go. We are playing on those, you and I.
from K&S. Figured I'd do a little haul, even though I only really got the things that I needed and I told you about. Got some Thai basil. We got some garlic. This is what I was kind of talking about, how they sell things in bulk, which is nice. So we'll put these in like a mason jar and keep them. And if you just put them in the fridge, they keep for a really long time. So, and then same with, well, you can kind of see, we stuck the basil in a little glass and it keeps for a little bit longer. Anyways, Thai chilies. And then I got some soy sauce. I actually admittedly don't know what the best soy sauce is, but I just got the one that like I see at stores. So less sodium, so it's a little bit healthier for you, because that is one thing about when we cook Asian food. It can be a little salty if you're not conscious of it. Of course, I got some Pocky. I already tried these. I was right. There's Pocky and there's Yan Yan, but Pocky is definitely the one that I would always eat as a kid. So good. I almost got the matcha one, but I didn't know if it would keep me up. Is that funny? And then I saw this thing. It's basically cooked sticky rice. You microwave it and then you have sticky rice, which sticky rice is actually really hard to make, I believe. I make this thing called papaya salad. This thing. Everybody who's had papaya salad before is like, girl, we know what papaya salad is. I make papaya salad a lot and I like eating it with sticky rice, but I don't know how to make it actually. I guess, to be fair, I haven't really even tried, but they had this and so it really intrigued me. So I might even try this week. One of the meals we're having is steak and cabbage, and so I might try and heat this up when we have that and just see. But that is the haul. I tried to show you guys some things I either found interesting or things I would normally pick up. There's just so much good stuff to be had at the International Grocery Store, and people will do hauls and stuff on TikTok. So definitely see if there's one in your city, visit it, try some things out, broaden your horizons a little bit. We are going to cook dinner, watch Love Island. You know the drill.
No matter what, craving for the restless like no other. Could it be it's inside? You got that wonder, bringing that undercover, but I think you feel, think you might. I know we are dancing through black holes. We keep dancing around you and
I am editing a vlog right now that by the time you see this, it'll already have gone up. I'm reflecting because it's funny, in the last vlog, I was like, oh yeah, eclipse season is coming up, and this eclipse season for me is all about my relationships, my work, and my body. And you know, astrology or any sort of modality like that, whether it's astrology, whether it's human design, anytime you get like an energy forecasting reading, it's always really interesting because when you're in the thick of it, you can't really see how the themes are playing out, at least not exactly, because sometimes you hope things will materialize and they don't quite materialize the way that you want them to. It can all just get a little bit muddy when you're in the thick of it, and it's only really in hindsight that you're able to see things in 20/20 vision. I just think it's interesting seeing myself from that point until now and just thinking about all of the progress and growth that I've had in the realm of relationships, my body, and my work. It's no secret that I'm feeling the most grounded in myself, and just, you know, it's closet clean out time, so we're just, as always, going to ignore the things in the background. I've said this multiple times on this channel that even though the audience is small, I can feel in my body the difference, the alignment in what I'm doing. For the first time ever, I feel like I'm on this path that I positioned myself on. Nobody scooted me onto the path. Nobody told me this is the path that you should be down. I listened to myself. I quieted the noise of the outside world, and I said, what do you want to do, Tiana? Create content was very, very clear. Is it encompassing of everything I want to do in my entire life? No, but I feel like this is the catalyst. This is the jumping off point. This alchemizes. This takes everything that I'm interested in, that I want to be able to do in my life and with my legacy, and gives me a platform to be able to do it on my terms in the way that I want to do it. It's been a learning process for sure, starting at ground zero, but it's one of the most fruitful and rewarding experiences that I've ever been on. And I was thinking about this. I was grabbing my camera and I was like, how am I going to talk about this? Because I'm always the person that shies away from speaking about things too explicitly because I don't want to hurt other people. But I think there is power in when you can be as honest as possible, where my career is really the forefront of my frustration and where I'm feeling held back. Recently, it's been relationships, and one relationship in particular. This person was basically frustrating me because they were being really passive aggressive aggressive towards me, really cold. It was like I was supporting this person and all of the things that they were doing, but I wasn't receiving that support in return. And I feel like a previous version of me would have said, I need to be the bigger person. I need to support this person in their endeavors because that's what the spiritually evolved person would do, blah, blah, blah. But little did I know that I was sacrificing my needs to placate this other person, to basically be in the good graces of this other person so that I could feel safe or powerful or whatever the case may be. And something that I spoke about recently on my TikTok was that we don't need to do anything to gain power or favor in the outside world. We show up to situations inherently worthy, but through fear and doubts and the things that we've learned, we act differently and out of alignment with what's true and right for our soul because we think that's what's going to beget us the experience or the results or the peace or the safety that we want, right? And you know what's so funny is this relationship mirrors every single person that I've ever had a falling out with or a really big issue with. It was the same patterning. It was me abandoning my needs for the peace and the overall harmony of the relationship in hopes that it would change things, but then I just feel depleted and empty and tired and resentful, and I wonder why, right? This trigger with this friend kept coming up and I was like, what is this? Clearly I muted this person on Instagram. I was like, I'm gonna take all of the necessary precautions that I need to feel really anchored in myself, but this person and this trigger kept coming up and I was like, you know, what is this? And I finally realized, just like everything in life, it's not about this person, it's about me. It's about what this person, the situation is mirroring in me that I need to shift. Because at the end of the day, this person and any person in our lives, they're not gonna make the necessary shifts. And even if they do, we can't wait on them forever to do that. Really, what we're being called to is listen to what our inner beings need and make the pivot, make the adjustment accordingly. So I was like, oh, I get it. I keep giving my power away to other people. I keep choosing other people and not myself, not my highest good, not what's going to fuel and energize me. And so I shifted. I was like, no more. I'm going to run steadfastly and fervently in the direction of everything I want to do. I posted a TikTok about this and it got a lot of traction, but I think it's because what I'm saying is so true. You have to paint the vision of what you want your life to be. So this morning I spent like 10 minutes meditating on the brightest expression of my life. I've always been the person that's been able to fantasize or visualize the house and the art on the walls, but I tried to take it one step further by peeling back layers and being like, okay, well, how do I feel here? And then what's the step that precedes that step? I was in the house visualizing the way it smells and like the water filter I'm gonna have and like having this artist that I want to paint art for the front room come in and install it. And I was like, okay, I feel really grounded. What am I doing? In this vision, I have like somebody doing my hair and makeup, getting me prepared for like a speaking engagement because we all know that Tiana likes to talk. And then I was like, okay, well, what's the precursor to that? And I was like, well, I have to build an audience to help me mobilize this message and some of the things that I want to do. So I was thinking about what's it gonna feel like when I reach 100,000 Instagram followers or, you know, 100,000 YouTube subscribers. And what I kept coming back to was it's not gonna feel much different than you feel right now, in the sense that you're going to be creating the things you want to create. The only difference is the feeling, is the emotion. You are going to be so unwaveringly rooted in yourself, in your purpose, in your voice, what you have to say, and the energy that you're going to be emitting is alignment. And that is the key. It's like the crux of everything that everybody is saying. Visualize your highest self, of vision boards, of what you want is wanting you. All of this comes down to this nexus point, which is, are you making decisions that are in alignment with your highest truth, your highest calling, your brightest vision? If you aren't, if you look at a piece of food and you say, does this move me closer to my vision? And it's a no, don't chuck the food away. Don't eat it. It's the same with relationships and people. It's the same with actions within those relationships. So is liking this person's post or or supporting them in their endeavor, or like, you know, I don't even want to say supporting, because supporting sounds too wholehearted, too wholesome. It's like, is commenting on this person's post actually going to move the needle towards the brightest vision? And I know it sounds a little bit selfish, but I think if we start moving in accordance to our soul, to that internal, intuitive inner voice inside of us, that's when things start clicking into place. So the second that I did that, weird, crazy things started happening. So I had a dream the other night that I needed to get this specific crystal, and I haven't purchased a crystal in a really long time, but I looked it up in my crystal book and it was everything that I was needing. So I went to the store, got the crystal, and it was so weird. I was talking to the lady at the register and I was like, yeah, do you have this Guardianite is the stone. I was like, do you have Guardianite? And she was like, yeah. And y'all, if you've never purchased Guardianite, it's so expensive. I was like, woo. She was like, yeah, definitely. And she was like showing me these little tumbler pieces, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to just get a little tumbler piece. And then she was like, oh, actually, there's this one piece of Guardianite over here in the back. She was like, it's so weird. I almost moved it, but I had a feeling somebody was gonna come in and get it today. So she gave it to me. I took it home. The second I left the crystal store, a red cardinal flew right in front of me, which is like my little symbol from the universe, from heaven, from God, that I'm on the right track. Everything from that moment, I'm not saying that the alignment came in this crystal. It was like everything started sinking into place when I made the conscious decision that I was going to pivot towards what served my highest good, that I was going to run fervently in the direction of the things that I loved and my highest dreams. Once I got that crystal, the weirdest thing has been happening. I've been feeling this like hollowness or this emptiness in my stomach, and I don't know what it is, but I was meditating on it this morning and it was like, you've cleared a really big block in your root and sacral chakras. And when it was almost like when I decided to position myself on that path of my greatest good, that block lifted and it left all of this open space. And suddenly I felt like I was kind of open for spiritual attack. So I did a lot of protection meditations, and this stone is actually really good for protection, for grounding, for so many different things. It's just interesting that I could feel it physically. My body, my whole energetic being is so sensitive to what I'm doing right now, because it's like I'm opening up to all of these possibilities. So if you're feeling like so many possibilities right now, I just want you to know that you're not alone. Something is shifting in the air, positioning us towards our highest path. And it's just interesting how relationships and my body and my work, it's all so interconnected. And my whole point is like editing this video and seeing it firsthand. It's like, wow, these things are really crazy. And sometimes it just takes viewing it in hindsight to see it for what it is. So I just looked down and I have 11 messages, my lucky number. Things are on the right track. If you are feeling like, whoa, there's some crazy things happening in my world, check the Chani app, check where these eclipse seasons are happening for you, and just reflect. Even if you're not spiritual, if you're not into crystals and astrology and spiritual things, I think the same rules apply. Journal about where you could let go of the things that aren't serving you in specific categories of your life. Take inventory of what's really lighting you up and how you can draw more of that into your world. It's just a really good time for reflection, but man, it was just so weird seeing all of this played out. So
Some little snow keep on dipping